All right, guys, welcome to the video. Anthony here, Special Analysis. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I thought I would take a moment and invite you to set up my chart, right? So I'm preparing for Monday's trading. It's currently Saturday afternoon. It's roughly about 4 p.m. And I'm just kind of getting dialed in, right? So this way, Monday morning, when I come downstairs and I turn on my terminal after I've done everything I do to prepare to trade in the morning, I can just come right down, make my early assessments of what I'm seeing. I take notes, guys. I'm a big fan of this. I have a notebook, and I just open it up, and as you can see, like, I handwrite notes. And the reason I do this is because I think it's super important, because I'm writing down the notes as the market's transpiring, because the only way I can genuinely reflect later on about the decisions I made during this session are to say, what was I thinking at that given point in time, right? I write it in pen. This way I can't go back and erase it. I'm forced to go back and look at it. If you make notes on your chart, you can disregard them or delete them. And trading is really a lot about self-accountability. And connecting with the emotion that you're feeling as you're trading. So big key thing that has helped me over the years, just take physical notes. It's amazing the interaction with your brain when you actually have to handwrite it, okay? I think it's more meaningful than typing your notes. I genuinely do. I'm not saying you can't keep records, online or on your computer, but I do think throughout the day, as you're making decisions, I would definitely put a pen and piece of paper in front of you, take some notes. So I provide my clients with professional grade analysis that the top traders in the world use. And we're going to set up my chart today, all right? And we're going to do that together real quick. It shouldn't take very long. As you can see, my typical chart here, this is a 5-minute chart, all right? I run a 3-minute reference chart, which is what I share with my clients. I encourage them, to also run a fairly naked chart, a chart that has nothing on it. There are 2 lines populating here. One is the session VWAP. The second is a rolling VWAP, which is timed to a 4-hour time period. The bottom right here, I have the US dollar index, okay? And the top right here is my higher time frame analysis. This is a 4-hour chart of crude oil. So, every morning, actually every evening, I deliver my clients professional analysis in anticipation of what's coming the next day, right? So that they can take it upon themselves to make notes, take it upon themselves to apply it to their chart however they want. And for myself personally, it really just comes down to, I plot these lines that run for the full entire Globex session. You can see they run for 12 hours from 1600 to 1600 Eastern Standard Time. So from, basically till the closing bell, right? I stop trading midday normally. I try to be done by 11, 12 o'clock. Sometimes it runs later. Sometimes I take a position in the afternoon, but here nor there, I'm certainly not entering a trade beyond closing bell. So I just come over here and I just duplicate them and I start banging out the levels, right? So my top level here is going to be 86.91, right? So I come down here, 86.91. Okay, so just do that. I duplicate it again. I just adjust it. Next level, 86.18. Right? Now I provide these nice and easy, so you could just come in here and, my clients can come in and do this themselves. It's not very difficult. All right, next level, I just go right down the list of what I give them. 85.64, right? 85.64. So now these lines are only going to exist for the time period in which I have dictated them to, so that they're not running on, and so that as I go back later in the day, or even prior days, I can look and see how the market reacted to these levels, all right? 85.24, right? 85.24, okay? Nice and easy. People make this process more complicated than it needs to be. If you're a level trader, right, if you like to take reversals off of specific levels, this is key. If you're long in a trend or short in a trend, and you're approaching one of these key levels, you're going to definitely want to start thinking about taking some profit, right? Like, keep it nice and simple. 84.72, 84.72, boom. Knock that one out. Next. Clone. Okay. 83.60. 83.60, right? Like, this is as simple as it should be. People that make it harder than this, I mean, really just make it genuinely hard on themselves. All right, so this next level here is going to be where we're at currently. I'm going to adjust it accordingly, which is right where we need to be. Okay, we'll use this one. We'll drop it a little bit lower, 82.12. 82.12. All right, so we'll clone this again. And I just go right down the list of all the numbers that I provide my clients. Like, this should be the extent of how hard this has to be. 81.41. Now listen, there's a good chance that we're not going to come anywhere near these levels, but they're there just in case we do, right? Like, I know when I go back and reference or take my screenshots about what the price did that day, it's super easy for me to be like, all right, well, we came near this level, we didn't come near this level. I have no idea how far price is going to sell off any given day, right? Or rally any given day. None of us do, not at least with great certainty. So based on much higher time frame, it's super important, in my opinion, to be paying attention to these things. You know what I mean? Like, just, this takes less than 5 minutes to do, and it's so simple, and so many people lack the discipline of just doing this simplistic thing. And I hand it to them, right? Like, I literally give it to them in the same format that I'm doing it right now with you. It's just listed out. All these key levels that have potential meaning. Now, if you want to label them, you can go ahead and do that. I label them for my clients just so they have some idea of, what they mean, so they're not just random levels. And then I provide all the analysis to support them. But here you go, right? So for Monday, all my levels are marked off, right? Come right down to the market Monday morning. Get out of bed, I come to my terminal, and all my levels are here, ready for me. And I don't have to do anything else, right? Just reset my screen, save it, boom, done. So, for those of you who are not doing this, I encourage you strongly to do it. Why? Because, well, let's just take a look at yesterday, all right? Like, this is Friday, July 12th, 2024, okay? Notice how well we respected the levels I provided, okay? Yes, levels mean an area, okay? So it's not always or ever really going to be to the penny, but if the market was pulling into this area, I wouldn't be surprised if it reversed. Same thing here. Notice we found resistance, we broke it, we fell, found resistance, we fell, we came back, we got stuck, we fell, right? Notice where we found support, right? Notice then where we found resistance later in the day. Okay, notice where we found support, 82.42. I've been talking about that level for weeks if you guys have been watching my videos, all right? Because it's been a key level that we played around, all right? I can go back to the prior days and there's all my levels, right? Like, all my levels here are all marked off. Why? Because it makes life easy, guys. I know that if I'm at this level, I now want to see it become support in some manner before I want to get long, right? Or at this level here, notice. We bounce, we fail to make a new high, we break it, we come back and test it, boom, resistance. How easy would it be to say, all right, I'm just going to play the provided levels. I'm only going to interact with the market around the provided levels based upon my ability to assess whether that level could be being used as support or resistance, right? This was not really a beautiful trending day per se, but we had a run to the upside, we had a run to the downside, but all these levels, within a range, within an area of these levels, provided relatively important information to the trader to go, hey, listen, we're really having a hard time here around 83.60. I talked about this live with my traders, right? Whether they took the time that it took us less than 5 minutes to plot all these levels or not, that's up to them. The information I provide you is for your use. You can use it however your heart desires. But as you can see, it played a super, super vital role in the way the market reacted, right? Support, 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 we break it, now it's resistance, support, we break it, now it's resistance. I mean, guys, super important. And even if we had a trending day and we just kept breaking levels, well, we would know where to be taking profits, right? Because if we're going to get jammed up at a level, if we say we got a runner, right? Say for some reason we get a $4 move, like out of the blue, right? Well, I know now where to take profit. Or let's say the market takes an absolute dump. Well, I know where to take profit along the way. Guys, that is precision trading. You must understand these levels in the market. No computer's going to populate them for you. I'm sorry. You can use pivots. We don't discard pivots. We use them as well. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with them. But the next level is when you graduate from whatever you're populating based on these 30,000 indicators and whatever that TradingView, the community, provides you. I mean, this list goes on and on. Is when you now move to professional grade analysis. That professional grade analysis is the next step in your career, right? These levels were not populated by pivots, right? These levels were populated by higher time frame analysis. So you have to basically decide, am I willing to put in 5 extra minutes of work to take the data that I provide you and put it to work so that you can interact with the market with great accuracy. As you can see, within the area of these levels that I provided, the market did what? It reacted, right? And if you're a reactive trader, like I took a short here, right? Why? Because notice we weren't getting through the prior high. With all the effort in the world, I got short here, right? And when the market took an absolute dump, where do you think I was targeting? The level I had provided my clients. Why? Because I knew if we could push through these lows, which we did very easily, that this is where we were headed. Right? I believe you can look at my last blog post or one of my prior videos on YouTube, and I believe I took my profit 82.90 or 82.95, but right on the approach to this level, because I know this level represents what? A super key area. When I parted ways with my clients on Friday, I said to them, price was right here, just hovering barely above the VWAP. I said, guys, listen, we're probably there's evidence to believe we're gonna get jammed up here. And if we cannot push through this level, the market should revisit the lows and potentially even push them to 82.42. And as you can see, we dropped off, retested the VWAPs here again. The market provided evidence that there was a better than not chance we were going to sell off. We sold off, blew through this level right into 82.42, which is much higher time frame support. And you can see we reacted around it. It's a little more clear here on the 4-hour chart. But guys, this is what matters, right? And if you just are willing to take 5 minutes every evening, put these levels on your chart, and then work with these levels, see how price interacts with them, right? Look at this real definable lower low here. Well, what do you think this level is going to be when price comes back to it? Probably resistance, right? Really aggressive break, lower low put in, lower high put in. What do you think that area is going to provide? Well, it's going to provide resistance. And sure enough, that's what took us into the lows of the day. So if you want access to these levels that I provide every single day, if you want access to professional grade analysis, if you want access to trading live with me, you want access to stocks, futures, forex, cryptocurrencies, guys, I bundled everything into one very affordable package because I don't want to keep selling you stuff, right? Like, that's not who I am. That's not what I want to be. I want to give you everything I look at in the market to the absolute highest level for a very reasonable monthly cost. If that's something you want, wonderful. I'll leave a link below this video. If that's not something you want, and at least if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to like it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll also put my email below if you'd like to have a conversation, because I want to help you. If you want to be helped, right? If you're looking for somebody to do it for you, if you're looking for some system to do it for you, then this is not for you, okay? I'm the kind of guy who's willing to give you everything I've needed to get to where I am today. And while that path is not going to be easy for anybody, the time and effort is worth it in the end. And if you decide that that's the route you want to go, and you're tired of being upsold another product or upsold another service or upsold whatever, and you're just looking for consistency, well, then that's who I am and that's what I offer. If you're looking for a gimmick, please keep shopping, all right? I'm just being honest. So Hope you guys found this video informational, educational. I mean, the whole point was to just basically walk you through exactly how I prepare every day. I'm just a regular human being. I'm nobody special. I was just willing to put the time and effort into learning and understanding how to do the job that I do to the best level that I am capable of doing it. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk soon.